Hi, friends. I'm Shanna Nichols, and this is Weston, my husband of 30 amazing years. We are pastors here at Antioch. We are so excited that you and your life group are joining us for our summer series from the book of Colossians called Reset. This past Sunday, Weston and I had the privilege of talking about two of our favorite subjects, Jesus and marriage. If you missed the message, you can find it on the Antioch YouTube channel along with other messages from the Reset series.
So if you heard the message, you may recall that we talked about the purpose of marriage. Culture tells us that the purpose of marriage is for us to be happy, but we know that God had a much more profound and significant purpose when He created marriage. God told us in Genesis chapter 2 that marriage is between one man and one woman, and the two will become one flesh. Jesus then repeated that in the Gospels, and Paul repeats it a third time in the book of Ephesians in chapter 5. He goes on to tell us in verse 32 the reason why the two become one flesh. He says, quote, "It is a profound mystery." Right. I'm talking about Christ and the church. The Greek word that's translated mystery means something that was hidden but is now revealed. He's telling us the purpose of marriage. It's intended to reveal or display the love that God has for His people.
That's good. Marriage is an earthly display of a heavenly reality. It's intended to be a picture of God's unconditional, unselfish, never-ending covenant love. When married people choose to relate to one another the way Christ and the church relate to one another, we're giving the world a little taste, a small example of the incredible love of Jesus. And this is important whether you're married today or not. If you are married today, this is the reason you do marriage. And if you're not married, then understanding and expressing God's purpose for marriage influences the people in your life to view marriage as God intended.
That's good. That's good. You may not be able to tell from looking at us, but we really enjoy exercising together. When we're doing well in our exercise routine, we run about 10 miles a week and we lift weights about 3 times per week. Sometimes when we're doing well, it can be easy for us to slide into thinking that the purpose of exercise is to make us look good, to have healthy looking bodies and toned muscles. But that's not actually the purpose of the exercise. It's a byproduct of the hard work and the sweat and the sore muscles, but it's not the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose is to be physically healthy, to take care of the bodies that God put us in so that we can live out the mission He's called us to. If our bodies are physically healthy, then we are better able to do the things He created and called us to do. Marriage is similar. It's easy to begin thinking that the purpose of marriage is our own self-satisfaction, our own happiness. But the reason we work at having a better marriage is to better display the covenant love of Christ for His church. In short, we work at marriage so that others can see the unselfish, unconditional, never-ending gospel story in our love for one another.
Yeah. On Sunday, we talked about a few practical truths Paul mentioned in Colossians that make it possible for us to relate well to others. Tonight, with your life group, we want to give you an opportunity to process, pray, and apply these truths. When the video concludes, the prompts will be the focus of your time together. You can do this exercise by yourself, with 1 or 2 other people in your life group, or with your spouse.
Okay, so first prompt, you'll read Colossians chapter 3, verse 5 through 9. These verses talk about putting to death things that are part of your old nature. After you read these verses, ask the Holy Spirit to reveal anything from these verses or in your earthly nature that needs to be put to death. Then ask the Holy Spirit to help you remove those things from your life.
Next, read Colossians 3:12 through 17. These verses talk about clothing ourselves in qualities that reflect Jesus. Ask the Holy Spirit to show you specific ways He wants you to put on these qualities. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you clothe yourself in qualities consistent with these verses. Then get with 1 or 2 others in your life group or with your spouse and share what the Holy Spirit revealed to you during the prayer time. After each of you share, spend some time praying for one another about the areas that you've discussed.
Your third prompt can be discussed with your spouse, with 1 or 2 others from your life group, or with your entire life group. So here it is. Share with one another how the message from this past Sunday influenced your view of marriage and what practical difference that will make in your daily life.
That's good. And as a bonus, if you are at Lifegroup with your spouse, get together with only your spouse and read Colossians 3:18 and 19 and Ephesians 5:32. Ask the Holy Spirit to show you how He wants you to apply these verses in your marriage in light of the things we learned on Sunday morning. Pray together, specifically asking the Holy Spirit to help you become the husband or wife He created you to be, and to make your marriage a beautiful display of His covenant love. Hey, thanks again for joining us for the Reset Summer Series. We are praying for you guys as you unpack these verses in Colossians tonight.